Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to discuss reception theory, an important concept in media studies. Our presentation will cover the history, evolution, key concepts, criticisms, and potential future development of this theory. Let's start with the history and the origin of reception theory.
Reception theory began with Stuart Hall in the 1970s. Hall introduced the decoding model, which explained how media information is created and understood. According to Hall, media producers encode messages with specific meanings, but audience decode these messages based on their own experience and perspective. This was a significant shift from the earlier view that audience passively accepted media messages. Instead, Hall proposed that audiences are active participants in interpreting media content. The theory developed during a time of social and cultural change in the 1970s. Researchers started to investigate how different social groups, such as those defined by class, race, and gender, interpreted media differently. This period also saw significant technological changes, which expanded the ways people consumed media from traditional TV and newspaper to the internet and social media platforms. These changes necessitated a deeper understanding of how various audiences engage with diverse media forms. Now, let's discuss the evolution and development of reception theory. After all, other scholars like David Morley and Janice Radway expanded on his work. Morley examined how different social groups watched the same TV programs and found that their interpretation varied widely. Radway focused on how women read romance novels, showing that they used these books to resist traditional gender roles. Over the years, researchers have also started to use new methods like audience survey and interview to understand how people interpret media in their daily lives. Next, let's look at the important notions, concepts, and assumptions of reception theory. At its core is the encoding and decoding model. Producers encode messages using words, images, and symbols, while audience decode these messages based on their own backgrounds and beliefs. Hall described the three types of reading: preferred, negotiated, and oppositional. Preferred reading occurs when the audience interprets the message as intended by the producer. Negotiated reading involves the audience accepting some part of the messages but modifying others based on their own experience. Oppositional reading happens when the audience completely disagrees with the encoded messages. Another key concept is the active role of the audience. Unlike early series that viewed audience as passive, reception theory sees them as active participants who engage with and interpret media content based on their personal context. This interaction is especially evident in today's digital age, where audience can instantly share their interpretations through social media. Reception theory is not without its critics. Some argue that it relies too heavily on qualitative method, which can be subjective and hard to measure. Others believe it focuses too much on the audience role, neglecting the influence of media producer. Additionally, the rapidly changing media landscape poses challenges for researchers trying to stay updated with new platforms and technologies. Supporters of the theory respond by emphasizing the importance of qualitative method for capturing the nuances of audience interpretation. They also argue for a balanced approach that considers both audience and producer influence. To address this criticism, scholars suggest combining qualitative and quantitative methods, expanding research to include more diverse media types and using larger sample size for broader applicability. Looking ahead, reception theory has great potential in the digital media environment. The rise of the internet and digital technologies has transformed media consumption. Social media and stream platforms provide rich areas for research as they allow audience to interact with content in real life. Emerging technologies like virtual reality and augmented reality offer new dimensions for exploring how audience engage with immersive media experience. In conclusion, reception theory is a vital framework in media studies that highlights the active roles of audience in interpreting media messages. Despite some criticism, the theory remains relevant, especially with the increasing influence of digital media. Future research will continue to explore how audience interact with new forms of media, providing valuable insights into the dynamic relationship between media and audience.
Thank you for your attention. We hope you found our presentation on reception theory informative. If you have any question, I'll be happy to answer them now.